Research indicates that when parents and school staff work together to support learning, students earn higher grades and test scores, enroll in higher level programs, adapt better to school and attend more regularly, have better social skills and behavior, and they are more likely to graduate and go on to higher education. Schools and school systems can make a difference in family-school partnerships by establishing organized family outreach programs. This professional development plan is designed for Holt Crossing Intermediate School, along with its feeder elementary schools in the Southwestern City School District. The goal of this plan is to create an organized and sustained family-school partnership. Engaging families is one of the most influential factors in high-achieving schools. However, there is a major difference between engaging families and simply involving them. As family engagement has come to the foreground as an essential element of effective schooling, the Ohio Teacher Evaluation System includes components that examine the level at which teachers engage and communicate with families. An additional reason for focusing on family engagement is that through Title I and school-level surveys, parents have expressed improved engagement as a goal in Southwestern City schools. The target audience for this plan includes teachers, faculty and frontline staff, as well as school-level PTA governing boards. The plan is to be implemented at the elementary feeder schools as well as the intermediate school. All of these audience members have a dramatic influence on the level of family engagement at the school. The schools consist of Alton Hall Elementary School, West Franklin, Richard Avenue, Darbydale, and Holt Crossing Intermediate School. The intended outcome for this plan is twofold. First, by the end of the school year, if teachers engage families through better communication, conferencing, and collaborative activities, along with ongoing learning initiatives, then student achievement and progress will increase, and any learning gaps among our subgroups will decrease. Secondly, in looking at sustainable change, we want to analyze how sustaining family engagement as students progress through the grade levels can create success. The resources needed to implement this plan would consist of teacher leadership facilitators, board funded at $3,000 per school, as well as a designated teacher to maintain a physical bulletin board and a Pinterest board. This teacher would receive a supplemental contract stipend of $100 to $200 depending on school size. The time commitment of this plan would include a building leadership team half-day summer meeting, a summer retreat day, about 1 to 2 hours during contracted teacher workdays in August, and portion about 10 to 15 minutes of each staff meeting. During this time at staff meeting, teachers and staff can examine effective strategies for engagement from exemplar schools, as well as what is being attempted in the school and what is working. Additional resources for the plan include copies of literature and limited copies of surveys, online versions of teacher reflection surveys developed by the Kansas Parent Information Resource Center, parent surveys, and school surveys, chart paper pads, a bulletin board and materials for posting, as well as a Pinterest board. The bulletin board and Pinterest board would provide multimodal sharing of ideas and exemplars for improved engagement, as well as a non-threatening way to ask questions. For the preparation and research of this plan, A primary resource to be used would be the book Reframing Family Involvement in Education. This book addresses family involvement as one of the strongest predictors of student success in school. Families play a pivotal role in their child's cognitive, social, and emotional development through adolescence. Current educational culture and policy creates and promotes random acts of family involvement. It lacks coherent, comprehensive, and equitable approaches to truly engaging families in their child's education, which is especially important for disadvantaged children. The review explores historical contexts of family involvement in education and provides a reframed approach for family engagement, as well as interventions to provide equity for disadvantaged students and families. A unifying theme of the book is that learning is a shared responsibility between schools and families, as well as communities, and must be situated within the culture of a school system to provide for continuity across contexts and grade levels in order to provide an ongoing and varied support for all students. Another primary resource is Epstein's School, Family, and Community Partnerships. Families care about their students and want them to succeed and have shown an eagerness to obtain information and become a partner in their students' education. Surveys of educators around the country want to involve families but are fearful and do not know how to build positive, productive partnerships and programs that go beyond involvement to engagement. Partnerships tend to decline as students move to higher grades. This needs to be changed to sustainable partnerships. Schools with high populations of disadvantaged students tend to involve families only when there are problems. Epstein addresses 6 types of involvement that schools can use to engage families. The first is parenting, helping build a stronger home and links to community resources for families. Second, communicating, designing effective forms of school-to-home communication. The third, volunteering, building supports for the school and providing parents with multiple ways to become involved and even network with other families. The fourth, learning at home. Schools need to provide parents with information and tools to support the students at home and become involved in decision-making at school. The fifth is decision-making, including parents in school decisions and helping develop parent leaders. And lastly, collaborating with the community, integrating resources and services from the community to strengthen school programs, family practices, and the learning community. For the literature to be used in the professional development, the Columbus Dispatch article, Can Our Winchester Schools Build Bonds with Parents?, would be used in conjunction with the KPIRC Family Welcoming Questionnaire to change the current back-to-school night/open house concept and reframe parent conferences. It describes the importance of providing families with time to discuss their student so that the school and teachers can learn about the student from the people who know them best. The OTES standards are also to be reviewed. A part of the standards is communicating and working collaboratively with professionals and families. These standards are part of how educators will be evaluated in conjunction with student achievement, which is linked to positive family engagement in education. Additionally, the KPIRC Creating Family, School, and Community Partnerships provides exemplars of schools engaging families. For the timeline of this plan, at the end of the year, the professional development would begin, using one or a mix of the KPIRC or PTA surveys to develop a baseline of data for the school as a whole and its level of parent involvement. At the summer retreat in August, the staff would review historically how parent engagement has been done. The teachers would then complete the KPIRC teacher survey for self-reflection. They would then analyze building trends and the baseline data collected. The staff would then examine the importance of increased engagement. They would jigsaw the PTA national standards for parent engagement and identify the traits of exemplar schools and districts. A question to be addressed is, What can we change at our building? Starting with back-to-school night, open house, communication, and parent conferences. The staff would then engage in team planning for changes to communication and back-to-school night. Throughout the year, there would be a designated time at each staff meeting to address family engagement. Time would be allotted to share out examples in the building and to examine exemplar schools. The bulletin board and Pinterest board would also be updated throughout the year in order to communicate and share ideas, as well as to pose questions and seek help in a non-threatening way. At the end of the year, grade level teams would convene to determine the level of parent engagement that was attained. The staff would complete teacher surveys again to reflect on engagement throughout the year, and data from parent surveys would also be collected. The staff would then combine parent and teacher surveys as well as OAA data to examine the achievement of students. An extended goal of this plan is to develop long-term relationships between schools and families that can be sustained from the feeder elementary schools to the intermediate school. Also, through ongoing engagement, we aim to provide resources and supports for disadvantaged students and families throughout their school years. Family engagement will also be sustained by maintaining training with new staff and reviewing the plan yearly.